Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm Prasad and you're watching KiniFlash. Once upon a time, these two political parties were the fiercest of foes. I'm talking about Umno and PAS, of course. They just didn't get along. But since BN lost federal power in the last general election for the first time in over 6 decades, things have changed. They've been getting to know each other. You can call it a political romance of sorts. And tomorrow, the iconic Umno headquarters at the Putra World Trade Centre in Kuala Lumpur would witness the marriage of these two parties. In less than 24 hours, Umno and PAS, two of the nation's biggest Malay and Muslim parties, will ink a charter to seal their alliance. Will this spell danger for Harapan? Only time will tell. But for now, Harapan leaders have added their views on the alliance. And of course, we're starting with DAP veteran Lim Kit Siang. He has questioned who would be Prime Minister if the alliance wins the general election. Would it be former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak, Umno President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, or past President Abdul Hadi Awang? Penang Deputy Chief Minister P. Ramasamy, on the other hand, believes the alliance is a suicide mission for Umno. PKR Vice President Rafizi Ramli said, as with the previous Umno-PAS marriage, this marriage will fall apart. It is just a matter of time because they don't know who is the husband or who is the wife in this marriage. However, according to Umno Senator Khairul Azwan Harun, he sees this alliance as a measure of hope. He said this is an opportunity for all Malaysians who are tired of the current racial divide due to the directionless leadership and broken promises to start a conversation of rebuilding a tolerant society and resilient economy again. Meanwhile, Joe Umno Youth Chief Muhammad Hairi Mat Shah urged non-Muslims not to fear the alliance. So while Umno and PAS get set for their big day, Bersatu, led by Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, celebrated its 3rd anniversary yesterday. Also present at the ceremony were many top party leaders, including President Muhyiddin Yassin, Deputy President Mukhris Mahathir, and Women's Chief Rina Harun, to name a few. PKR Deputy President Muhammad Azmin Ali also attended the event. In his speech, Dr. Mahathir urged party members to avoid being rejected by the people by learning from UMNO's defeat in GE14.
Sedikit demi sedikit, pegangan mereka kepada perjuangan asal parti sudah dikurangkan, sudah dilupakan. Sehingga selepas 60 tahun berlalu, mereka berpendapat bahawa perjuangan mereka bukanlah untuk rakyat, bukan untuk negara, tetapi untuk kekayaan bagi diri mereka.
If there's one thing that's been ruining my mood for the past week, it's got to be the haze. This is why I'm happy to report that enforcement action is being carried out finally. Indonesian authorities have sealed a plot of land in Riau, which belongs to the subsidiary of a Malaysian firm, for allegedly being involved in forest fires that contributed to haze in the region. CNN Indonesia said the Environment and Forestry Ministry acted against PT Ade plantation industry after it was suspected of deliberately starting the forest fires. Its minister Siti Nurbaya Baka was quoted as saying that a large portion of the firm's shares was owned by a plantation company based in Malaysia. Siti Nurbaya had also ordered the ministry's enforcement arm to check the registration of all Malaysian and Singaporean companies whose land areas are on fire. Yesterday, we spoke about the internal fighting within Perak DAP. Let's see if Party Secretary General Lim Guan Eng has any advice.
Can we speak to the Finance Ministry issues? We leave it to the Perak State Committee to resolve. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Okay. Thank you.
On Wednesday, 2 office bearers in Perak DAP had resigned from their positions over a dispute with the party's state chief, Nga Ko Meng. Malim Nawa Assemblyperson Leong Chiok Keng and Pokok Assam Assemblyperson Liao Thai resigned as Deputy Treasurer and Assistant Secretary respectively. Leong said they were dissatisfied with Nga's statement that the status of Perak Executive Councillor Paul Yong, who is currently facing rape charges in court, would be discussed at the Pakatan Harapan level. Looking at international headlines, Palestinians in the Jordan Valley have vowed to stand their ground after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced his plan to annex the valley if he is re-elected.
Palestinians tiling the fertile Jordan Valley said on Wednesday that they have been rooted for generations to the West Bank land that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu plans to annex, and they vowed to never give it up.
We don't accept this whether he succeeds or not. We don't accept it. This is our land, not Netanyahu's land. This land is for Palestine, for the Palestinians, not for Israel.
The right-wing Netanyahu announced on Tuesday that he plans to, quote, apply Israeli sovereignty to the Jordan Valley and adjacent northern Dead Sea if he prevails in what is shaping up as a tough battle for re-election on the 17th of September. The plan drew condemnation from Arab leaders and from Palestinians who seek to establish a state in all of the Israeli-occupied West Bank and Gaza Strip. The Office of the United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said the plan would constitute, quote, a serious violation of international law. Palestinian leaders said it would also effectively nullify interim peace deals from the 1990s that included security cooperation. Against the backdrop of Jordan's desert mountain range to the east, Palestinian farmers tended their crops and worried about their future in an area where the town of Jericho and the River Jordan are reminders of a biblical past. Retaining the Jordan Valley would effectively leave Israel encircling any Palestine political entity that emerges.
Hurricane Dorian turned the tourist paradise into a nightmare, but it appears that the nightmare isn't over yet for the Bahamas.
As the stricken archipelago of the Bahamas continues to rebuild in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian, the United States National Hurricane Center sent a chilling warning to the already devastated nation. The Miami-based Hurricane Center issued a tropical storm warning for islands including hurricane-hit Abacos and Grand Bahama, saying that the system could become a tropical depression or storm before making landfall as early as Friday.
We will first and foremost put the priority on notifying families and giving them the help they need to grieve. Many are in despair, wondering if their loved ones are still alive. We will need as many spiritual resources as we will need physical resources to rebuild lives and to recover.
Tropical cyclones are not as powerful as hurricanes like Dorian, but that does not mean they can be taken lightly. These storms can bring winds of 30 miles an hour along with 2 to 4 inches of rain. With 1,300 people still missing and the official death toll standing at 50 according to the Bahamian government, relief services are focused on search and rescue as well as providing life-sustaining food, water and shelter.
And here are several other news highlights for today. And that's all from me today. For more stories, go to KiniTV.com. Please also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news. I'm Prasad Michael. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend. Good night.